Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Action Movie Guys podcast. I'm your host, Alex Figueroa. My co-host is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
All right, guys, so this is a very special episode of the Action Movie Guys podcast. We are doing our 150th episode live. It's amazing that we hit 150 episodes. Nate, what you got to say about that?
It's amazing that it feels like we hit it really fast. You know what I mean? Like My old podcast, I feel like it took years to get to 100, and it didn't. Well, yeah, it took almost 2 years. And this we've been doing less than 2 years, and we're already at 150. Maybe it's because we do 2 a week. That's probably why. But still, it happened really fast. Yeah,
look, it's really fun. Tonight we're going to be actually tackling, for the 150th episode, we're continuing the River of Time with the 80s. And this time, miraculously, the 150th episode is Top Gun, which the sequel is going to be coming out soon, a few months from now. So why not tackle the first one? But let's say what's up to everyone that's live with us tonight. We have Robert Makes the Cut, Kevin Simmons in the house, Harrison's in the house, Jay Manley. We got even Joe Joker 926 is in the house. What's up to everyone?
Pablo?
We got Pablo's in the house. And all the patrons that support the channel. Again, if you have not catch, yesterday we had a show also. We had a live show, which was actually really fun. So thank you to 4K D-Ray for coming in as a special guest. But before we get into the fun festivities, we have some bloopers that I did a while back, which is going to be hilarious. You guys are going to make fun of me. We got some surprise segments that actually is going to fill up the entire year. We already got the entire schedule down packed, so we're going to go through that now, and then we're going to get right into the Top Gun review with you guys, because let me tell you, it's going to get really good. All right, here we go. So first things first, we got segments, and if you guys are new to the channel, we are not a physical media channel. We are more of a film discussion community. But we sprinkle a little bit of 4K here and there. We don't go full blown having a segment dedicated to physical media. So just to get that out the way. But we decided to give you guys each Monday's live show like an actual like a Entertainment Tonight type of show, or
we almost got like episodes now.
Yes,
we have like full on episodes that will happen in a 5-week rotation. Really, the 5-week rotation starts like in June, because this month in May and April, we kind of already had some stuff on the table, but we're going to be going through it. I'm excited. Alex is excited, and you guys aren't going to believe this, but we came up with these ideas, some of them today, in about 30 minutes. We're that good. Sometimes when you're on it, when your creative juices are flowing, they're flowing. And we were just going, I was at work, texting back and forth, and we did it.
Yeah, so with that said, we're going to start off with the first segment, and we're going to go through it very quick for you guys, but we're going to give you the guys the synopsis of each segment so you guys could go, wait, I want to come to this Monday night to hang out with the crew of the Legions of Geeks on that Monday night. So with that said, let's start off with the first, Director Spotlight. Nate.
Yes, Director Spotlight. You guys know it. We've done one. We are working on our second one. There will be multiple of these per year. What we are doing, of course, we will be picking a director or directors, and we will go through their entire filmography. We let you guys know well in advance. That way you can also, if you want to participate and contribute to the conversation, you can watch their movies. And we basically will give our same thing. We're going to give our top 3 favorite movies, me and Alex, from each director. And then we're going to give our least favorite from their filmography. And then we're going to give one that we feel might be underrated. So maybe it's not the best, and it's definitely not the worst, but maybe people don't talk about it. Something like that. We're going to do that same format for lots of different directors.
Yeah, and so for the month of May, because we already did one, we did Michael Mann. So if you guys have not checked it out, check it out. It's an awesome episode. It's the first time we did it. Again, each episode is going to get better and better throughout the month, because we're going to start pushing the boundaries of what we can do on the live stream. And trust me, I will be doing that. This month of May, we're going to be tackling the Fairley Brothers. So if you guys are into comedy movies, these guys did Dumb and Dumber. They did Shallow Hal. There's Something About Mary. Stick
Me,
By
Myself,
You.
and Irene.
Me, Myself, and Irene. A lot of Jim Carrey movies, Dumb and Dumber 2. And again, if you guys want to do the journey with us, I'm going to put the list of their entire 13 film filmography that we're going to cover on our Instagram page. So you can head over to Geeks and Flicks on Instagram, and I'm going to put up the list. So if you guys want to watch all 13 of those movies, and then when you come to our live, you can rank with us, or you don't have to. We're going to do the work for you guys. That is Director Spotlight. Now, the next one is going to be Redo or Redon't. Nate.
Redo or Redon't, a spin on the classic segment of Cross the Streams. This is where we take a movie that has an original version, and then that has a remake, reboot, redo, whatever you want to call it. And then we compare and contrast the two. We essentially go through certain things. Like our first episode was Thomas Crown Affair. We said which one was the better Thomas Crown, which one was the better lead woman, which one had the better direction, which one had stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. This next one that we're going to show you in a second is the one coming up. But after that one, we are actually going to start putting up polls. I already have a list of movies, and you guys are going to start voting which one we do next. So we will do all the ones on the poll, but you guys are going to pick the order that we do them in.
Yep. And so for the month of May, you guys already know, if you guys watched it, it's a horror movie, and we're going to be tackling Evil Dead from 1981 versus Evil Dead from 2013. Again, this is going to be a very popular show on this channel because there's a lot of horror guys here, and some of our friends are horror channels too. So you're going to see a lot of horror people come in for this topic. All right.
And tell us why we don't know anything about horror.
Yes, pretty much. All right, so
they like us.
Now,
maybe you. I don't remember. After last night when
I'm,
you said you don't like horror, I outed you. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
Anyway, I apologize.
Next on the list these are gonna be the new topics that we decided that we're gonna end. But remember, all these topics, you guys are controlling this entire show. So starting now with our newest topic is the top 5 rankings. This could be anything neat.
Yeah. So basically, we are going to be doing every single month. No, we shouldn't say every month. Every 5 weeks. Every 5 weeks, we're going to be doing a top 5 show. You guys know it. We've done a bunch in the past. I love doing them. Alex loves doing them. A list is always fun. So we will be doing, and these will be in fairly random categories. You guys will help determine what those categories are. If there is a top 5, like I want to see the top 5 movies that are, take place in space. Me and Alex will give our opinion on our top 5 rankings of that. So when you guys have ideas, we'll ask, obviously. We'll put up polls. We'll put up ways for you to answer. Let us know, and we will choose what you guys pick, and we'll be doing a top 5 ranking every 5 weeks.
Yeah, so for the month of May, for the first time, we're going to be tackling top 5 car chase scenes. Now, this is me and Nate's top 5 car chase scenes. You guys can come up with your list also. Bring it that night. We'll all talk about it. But this is actually going to be pretty fun. It's going to open up a lot of doors in terms of films and scenes and soundtracks and cartoons and all this stuff. Wrestlers. I mean, this could go to any topic you guys want.
Top 5 soundtrack is cool. Top 5 opening credit scenes.
Yeah, those are pretty good too. Okay, so that's that. Now, these two that are coming up are the ones that we came up with this morning. So the newest one is called What the Hall.
A play on the classic phrase of what the hell. Alex came up with the name, and I was like, do not change it, just leave it. We got to come up with we got to separate ourselves. What the Hall is going to be, this will be our one movie collecting based program. So of all our shows, this is the one that will strictly focus on movie collecting. I'm not going to say physical media. Movie collecting, because there may be an episode where we do stuff related to digital collections. Yeah. Not talking streaming, no Netflix, no Vudu, Fandango, Movies Now, Movies Anywhere, whatever. The one you have where you buy movies digitally. And I'm really excited about it. Essentially, the way the show will be is we will have a category. Me and Alex will come up with categories. You guys, again, help us with categories. And then we will show off movies from our collection that fall under that category. So I'll give you an example. Maybe one of you guys says, show us your top, your top favorite. No, we're not going to do top 5. It's not numbers. Some of your movies in your collection that you think have the best artwork. That's it. Just best artwork. Doesn't matter. And then we'll show that. Or maybe you want it to be related to films. Show us your best foreign films that you love in your collection. And me and Alex will show ours. Now, with this show, I'm just going to let you all know now, we will be having guests. So we will have other creators come in. We'll kind of, we after what we said last night and everything, you guys know the drill. Probably people that we know and that are cool with us, and they'll be showing but we want movie collectors on this show. So if you ever want to be on, send us a DM, but that's what it's going to be.
Yes, and the cool thing about this one is this is open to anybody that has a 1 collection, a 2, even digital. Just because we say show your best Western and me and Nate is pulling out like 20 steel books or whatever, doesn't mean that you can't show us your digital copy. You can show us your digital copy. The whole point of this is to show off your collection, whether you have a 1 movie, whether it's just the good, the bad, and the ugly in any format. We're okay with it. And then all you have to do is tag whatever we're going to tag for that week. You just show your photos off on Instagram. I'm going to take all the photos from Instagram and implement it onto the show and show off your collection from Instagram so everyone can see your social media and get yourself your plug out there in the world of the YouTubes. So that is called What the Hell. So I'm going to give you guys what it looks like. This is the actual thumbnail for What the Hell every time you see the show come up. It's going to be a black stack of films because we really don't know what we're going to be doing for that week. Now, the next topic, this is a pretty fun one. This one is called This or That. Nate.
This or That. This is another fun one. So basically, what we are going to do is we are going to pick, and I'm going to give you guys the list for this year just so you can have an idea. We're going to pick some sort of category, okay? And I will pick one of my favorite movies from that category, and Alex will pick one of his favorite categories. And it will be more of a debate style show. Now, it's going to be a nice debate. We're not going to be like trashing the other person's movie, because me and Alex came up with an idea like we're not going to watch each other's movies. I mean, if we've seen it, we've seen it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to rewatch it. We're just going to present our movie and why we think it's better. And Alex will present his. Now, we will have guests on this show as well, and I'm excited to say most of it will be you guys. That we've already talked to one person. They will be coming on the first episode, and you'll see why when we release the category. But I plan to talk to some of you other guys soon to come on, and you guys will be sort of the tiebreaker. You'll say which one you think, and then the chat will of course vote for which one they think is the better, and that's how that show's going to work. It's going to be a ton of fun. Alex, give them the first one, and then I'll go through the other categories, and then we all right. Move on.
So here we go. This is the first topic of the month. It's going to be rom-coms. So I pick What a Woman Want with Mel Gibson. Nate picked Pretty Woman. Now the whole point is classic. I'm not watching Pretty Woman. Nate is not watching What a Woman Want. We're watching them again, of course, so we could debate against these films and see which one the third person, which is going to be the content creator, is going to decide with which movie. So that's the whole point of this, and it's fun.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And so we're going to just talk about like rom-coms, but we wanted to go outside of our, we're about to do our 150th action movie. We do action, we do horror. I said, whatever. So here's some of the other categories we're going to be doing for This or That, just so you guys can have an idea. After rom-coms, we'll be doing This or That, movies that are the main star is a wrestler. However, it cannot be The Rock, John Cena, or Batista. So that's going to take some work. It'll be wrestler movies. We already have someone in mind for who we want to come join us on that one. Then after that, we will have movies that are set in Mexico. So we will have to go through our libraries, look and see, hey, which movies are set primarily in Mexico? And we're going to pick 2. We have movies that are directed by a woman, our favorite female-directed movies. We are going to go ahead and do movies that are historical event films, meaning like true life things, that Civil War movie, baseball. Whatever the event is historically, it'll be that kind of movie. And then the last one, and I think someone in this chat might know who we're targeting with this one, but we are going to be doing our favorite movies from the year 1957. Very specific year, 1957. So we're going to be asking some of y'all to join us, be our third wheel, if you will, and help us choose. But I can't wait for this one. It's gonna be fun.
So this one is pretty much the content creators for this purpose segment is to have the community come into the actual live stream and hang out with us, while the collectors is more of the collectors.
Expand the umbrella.
We expand those. So with that, those are the segments. And of course, in the words of Hugh Jackman,
It's everything you ever need.
So there you go.
You picked a part of the song that really fits the.
It fits the narrative, right?
Section. Yeah,
it does.
Like
okay,
it.
so all right, guys. So there you have it. That is all the segments that's going to happen in every month from May all the way to December. This is everything. But now this is your turn because you guys are starting to pick the entire format. This is all you guys. We gave you the formats. You guys now pick the content. And that's the fun thing about this channel. You guys take control of the entire show. So have fun with that throughout the year. I can't wait to see what you guys pick for us to watch, debate, fight. This is the way it's going to go here in the Geeks and Flicks channel. Now, I want to show off this blooper before we start the Top Gun because this is a blooper that happened and I don't want to put it out there because this is embarrassing, okay? But this is 150th episode and this is a milestone, so I got to show off this blooper. So this episode was on the Roadhouse episode and this is during the main villain segment. So guys, enjoy my blooper.
I'm glad it's not me. I'll just say that. I'm glad it's not me.
Yeah, so here we go. And then I'm going to take some of your comments right before we start because I could throw up comments now. I want to test that out. But guys, enjoy this blooper and have fun.
For villain, we don't throw out villains much. This dude is a poster child. No, you don't. This is a poster child to villain. Okay, this guy's a dick, and I loved it. I like this guy's dick because this guy is really good. Wait, no, that came out wrong. Edit.
Oh my God. What the hell happened there? I really don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Me neither. I don't know where your brain went on that.
I brain farted at the wrong time. I think
you brain sharded.
I brain sharded at the wrong freaking time. But okay, so with that, let's have some fun. I'm going to bring up some of you guys' comments here. All right, so wow, you guys put a lot of stuff here. Now I'm gonna test this out. This is a new thing into this program, and I wanted to implement this a long time ago. So I'm gonna put this up and see it come to life. So let's see how this works. And it works. There we go.
Hey.
There we go. Harrison says,
"Hey,
what's
a little
up?"
logo."
Yeah, look at that. Harrison says, "Hey, what's up, everyone? Looking forward to this episode. Congratulations on the 51." Thank you so much. All right, let me go to the most recent ones and go through up quick. Oh, this is another one that Harrison said that's actually pretty cool. He says, there we go. He has showed up. He says, oh, Psycho versus Psycho. I love the Psychos. Don't like the 98 version, but we could tackle that, right? Oh, we got our reviews will kill yous in the house. Let's see what he has to say. Bloop. It says, best redo is your show because you guys are the cutest. Alex is looking like a crisp glass of water that I like to gulp. $20,000 Sony camera. Oh God. Tribor Gigolo.
What a compliment.
Yeah, that's a very nice compliment. Tribor Gigolo is also in the house. He says, oh, salute Alex, Nate. Congratulations on the 150th episode. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that this freaking thing is working. Because you don't understand, I've been trying to fight with this.
It's great. It looks great too. It looks great. I like the little. I like that you get the little photo. Yeah.
We got 4K Lowdown. That's a new person here.
Welcome, 4K Lowdown.
What's up?
How's it
How
going?
you doing? We got
my Ben Buster is here.
Yo, what's up, Ben Buster?
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
We got my boy JB is in the house. But guess what?
JB.
He is actually. I'm enjoying you guys at the gym. Not music. Top space movie. Event Horizon.
He was listening.
He's listening.
JB, that's our main man.
Yeah, so look at that. That's actually pretty cool. I kind of like this. This is actually I don't not can see why everyone does the whole StreamYard stuff.
We don't have the little duck in the corner.
I don't have the stupid duck. I want to kick the duck. I hate the duck. Yeah. Okay, here we go. We got one question before we go into the Top Gun and we have some fun. This is from Tony Movie Chappie. He says, question, what is your favorite movie review that you guys done for the Action Movie Guys podcast? Whew.
That's hard.
That's hard.
Yeah. It comes to mind, though. Let's just go with like a first thought, right? Because if you say it will take us a long time. Assassins will always be one of my favorite reviews.
Because you yelled at the top of your
thought
lungs.
it was so when I went back and listened to it, I could not stop laughing. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing bloopers, but I was so mad. I gave it a 5 out of 25. I really hated it. and I let everyone know. And I also like recreated some of the scenes. The best part is I told Alex this like off air. Whenever any of us recreate a scene from the movie, and it's only in audio form, it cracks me up because I was there and I know what we were doing. But if you don't watch the videos or if you just listen to it on the go, you're not seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
And like doing the body movements and I can like hear it in my mind. Yeah. Assassins is one that jumps to my mind that I really enjoyed and I thought was a lot of fun. If you're asking, so I would say that one is my favorite of our reviews for me. I just thought it was the funniest one.
You know, for me, my favorite one is when we did horrible action movies, and it was Rollerball.
Rollerball.
That is like the best review we did because it was so horrible. That movie is like god awful. And then that's when we invented our horrible meter. We could have been worse than that movie.
Well, what about the Christmas meter? Remember the Christmas meter
is funny. That's coming back, but
the Christmas shows were really good. When we did like Fat Man and
Cobra.
We had to, like, what? Where do you rate this on a scale of like 0 to 5 Santa Clauses? Or
you said nuts are roasting on a rusted fire.
How many chestnuts roasting on an open fire? That was a fun time too.
Well, look, we got new people here. We have Turner fan 77's in the house.
What's up, man? How you been?
Let me see. Boop. There you go. He says, "What's up, guys?"
What's up, guys?
He says, "What's up?" See a lot of people here. All right, so let's go right into. Let's have some fun. All right, so
I wish the chat would tell us. How about the chat? Oh, wait, we have 5 minutes. How about chat tell us what were some of your favorite episodes of the podcast? I know Harrison. If you listen, Harrison has listened to all of them. Yeah. Jay and Robert have listened to almost all of them because they're always there when we record. Right. If you guys have one that you particularly enjoyed, put in the chat because I would like to see what if there was any that you guys like. We'll give them like a minute. And also, I want to preface that. I really also did that so I could buy time so we could preface this review. So we are going to be doing this review as if we are doing it how we normally do it, which is not live. So we will pretty much, have to do an intro and everything. Won't be reading the chat as much. I want you guys to, here's what we do. When the Patreon people come and sit and listen to us review, they put their scores in the chat. So if you're new to our format is we rate the lead character, the main villain, the action scenes, the storyline, and the overall film. And we scale it on a 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the best. So in the chat, when we're talking about lead character, you guys, for Top Gun, you guys go ahead and put your score, lead character, and then put a number. And we'll be able to view it, but we'll have to be reviewing for the podcast. But I still want you guys to talk amongst each other and stuff like that.
And I'll put your stuff popping up like you see here. Yeah. So it's not like we're ignoring you throughout the stuff. So Turbo Gigolo said his favorite was the Terminator franchise review. That was one. Tony Movie Chappie also said The Raid is one of my personal favorite reviews of you guys did. Okay.
I forgot about the Mummy, the dragon. That was funny. That was the chocolate Jet Li.
Oh,
came
the
from
chocolate,
the Mummy.
The doo-doo Jet Li, yeah.
Said he was made of chocolate.
Yeah, that was
terracotta or something. But
that was hilarious. All right, so you want to have some fun? Let's get into some Top Gun. All right, here we go. What year did that Top Gun come out? Out of all the things, I know you're the wrong person for that.
Oh, I'm hosting this one though.
Yeah, that's why I was like, let me ask quick because you are the worst. All right, here we go. Top Gun. I think it was like 86.
You tell me.
I'm gonna tell you. Why is it giving me Maverick though? I don't want Maverick. 86.
86. Robert says 80. Right. Shout out to Robert. He's always there in the clutch when we don't know something. He always lets us know.
No, you started. Right, so this is your stuff. I'm
1986. Yep, I will go ahead and I will be hosting this episode. I host all the even number episodes. Alex hosts all the odd number episodes.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. You ready, Alex?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 150 of the Action Movie Guys podcast. I'm your host, Nate. This is my co-host,
Alex Figueroa.
And yeah, if you didn't hear just a moment ago, this is a milestone for us. Episode number 150. Alex, I don't know how we made it this far. I don't know why, but we're still here doing these action movies. And we still got like 900 more planned after this. But how does it feel? How do you feel about us hitting 150?
Actually, I like it. It's pretty fun. 150 episodes. We've seen movies that I'd never seen before. right? And I added into my collection because I purchased them, whether it's Blu-ray or 4K. And it's been really fun. There's movies that we haven't seen. There's movies that we revisited and we hated.
Oh yeah.
So that's been actually really a fun thing about the channel. Whether you're a beginner that don't know much about action, you go through the journey with us. We're giving you guys franchises. And then we're giving you guys solo movies with themes behind it, whether it's a Jason Statham month, Mel Gibson month, woman-led movie month. We did 2 Stallone months already. We're tired of the Stallones.
55 Stallone movies already.
Yeah, we did all those already. And we still got more to go. We did Arnold Schwarzenegger month. We got Tom Cruise coming up.
Coming up, we got Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Liam Neeson. Listen, the fact that, you know what I like about this show? We've watched 150 action movies, and we have a whole list, and there's still so many we haven't even looked at. You know what I mean? Like, we are movie watching machines. Now, this episode, we are doing live. So if you're watching right now, great, congrats to you. And if you're just listening on the go, you missed it. It was already in the past. But we're going to be doing a little bit of, we're on the, as you guys know, we are moving along the river of time. We started in the 70s. We've now moved upriver. We are in the 80s currently. We did a little bit of Roadhouse already last week, right? Now this week, moving on to a big one. This is a big 80s movie. Top Gun, 1986, starring Tom Cruise, directed by Tony Scott. I mean, starring other people, but he's the star, Tom Cruise, and directed by Tony Scott. Alex, how long has it been since you've seen Top Gun?
So Top Gun, I haven't seen it in a while. The last time I seen Top Gun is when the 4K came out. I don't remember when the 4K came out. I know it was last year sometime it came out, when Paramount put that movie out.
Or maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
I think
it could have
maybe
been that. But that's the last time I seen it, to be really honest with you. Yeah, I'm not that heavy on Top Gun.
Me neither. I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time. I don't know exactly when was the last time I watched it, but I know it's been a while. So I was actually looking forward to seeing this movie, and I have a lot to say about it. I'm not going to lie. I have a lot to say about this movie. I hope no one gets mad. I don't think people will. I think they'll like our review overall. But I know this movie has a lot of fans. So, but we're going to be honest. You know how we do. Now, before we get into it, let's give you guys some Rotten Tomato scores. Now, Alex, this is one of those classic scenarios. We've run into this many, many, many times on our show. Critics is one way, and the audience is a totally different way. So this has a 57% critic score as far as the reviews are concerned. 57. But the audience score sits at a very nice 83%. And I don't know about you, but that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. I mean, Alone is set in the 80s, bro. Like,
this is one of the, well, we'll get to it, but this is one of the most 80s movies that there is. Period.
Yeah, it is, pretty much.
We're going to discuss when we get to that section. But first things first, you already know when I host, Alex gets to go first. We're going to be talking about our lead character, played by Tom Cruise. Of course, his call signal is Maverick. Nobody calls him whatever, Mitchell or whatever his name is.
Pete
Maverick.
Mitchell.
Pete Mitchell, the worst. Yeah. Maverick, go ahead, take it away.
All right, so yeah, Tom Cruise plays Pete Mitchell, a.k.a. Maverick. Now, I liked him. He was very arrogant. He's an arrogant flyer. But the reason why is because he doesn't want to live in his father's shadow, because his father was another top flying pilot. He was another pilot in the Top Gun. I don't think he was in the Top Gun program, but he was another pilot that flew the F-16, and he was well known in that. I always forget the name of the naval school or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, but I just know they're Navy pilots.
Yeah,
they're not like the Air Force or anything like that.
Yeah, the Navy pilots. Like, he was top of the class and everything, and he was basically in the shadow of his dad, and he started to become arrogant. He was very ruthless. He was just all about himself when he was in the sky. He didn't care about his partner in the back. So I liked it. I thought he was really good. He fit this movie's a typical 80s movie. The lead character, okay? Mm-hmm. He's arrogant. He got the soundtrack. He got the girl. He got the motorcycle. You know, he has his friend Goose, which you can relate to Goose. Everyone has a goosey friend, right? That you just...
I'm the goose of most of my friends.
Yes,
that's
you're
me.
The goose. Yeah.
I'm the goofball.
Yeah, pretty much. Goof. Everyone is the goose of everyone's, you know what I mean? Then you got the Iceman, which is Val Kilmer. He's not a villain. But he's just the top of the class, the nerd of nerds, and he goes by the fine line of flying, where Maverick doesn't go. He doesn't go by the rules. He breaks rules when he's in the sky, and I loved it. I thought he was really good. I gave Maverick a 5. I think he's a really good character. And I don't relate to him, but I relate to him in this podcast because that's me. I'm Maverick.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you guys saw you saw the blooper before that you played. That's you're the Maverick of us, the two of us.
Yes,
I would never say such a thing. I'm just kidding. All right, so all right, so lead character. You know what? I don't really disagree with you on anything you said. I actually think this is a great lead character. I love Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise as a movie star. I think he's a good actor, very good sometimes. But I wouldn't put him in like the top tier of acting, but I put him at the very top as far as like just a movie star. And he's one of my favorites. I think he's great. I really enjoy Maverick in this. He has a journey. I'm always there for a character with a journey. You know, if you guys listen to some of our other shows, you've noticed maybe like when a character is just sort of stagnant or doesn't really have an arc or just sort of, you know, I could still like them, but they're not always my favorite. This guy starts off as a cocky jerk, right? They show him at the very beginning doing stuff. You get right off the bat. I mean, his call signal is Maverick, which says all you need to know. And then, of course, he does things that are not by the book. And then he gets like lucks his way in pretty much to this Top Gun thing. And then once he gets there, same thing. Now he meets a girl, falls in love. Then something tragic happens. It changes his perspective on it. He learns to actually do things properly. But the whole time, he has extreme skill, right? Like, he is an incredible pilot. Everyone knows it, but he's reckless at the same time. And he goes from being one thing to being something different by the end of the film. I really enjoy a good arc like that. I think he's, as far as an action movie lead, I think I don't really have any issues with him. So I also gave him a 5. I just think, if you're talking about iconic characters in films, Maverick is an iconic character of 80s film, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The movie is, but he is too. And look, they're making a sequel like 40 years later, almost, and it's called Top Gun Maverick, and it's still Tom Cruise, and he still looks like he only aged 20 years. He's good enough to carry a whole nother movie now. Of a movie that didn't need a sequel at all. So I think he's a 5 out of 5 in my opinion. Okay, now villain. So this is I'll let you go with however you want to score it, but this is not a villain movie, if we're being honest.
It's not a villain movie. I'm gonna go with the damn Russians that were fighting the pilots.
That's what I scored. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give them a 5, but the thing is they're pilots. But to be really honest with you, I'm gonna give it a 1 because they were not in the movie. Like, it sucks to say because like in this category we have so much fun with because we just make fun of the villains, but there's no villains in Top Gun. I mean, you do have the 5 Russian planes at the end of the film. Val Kilmer is not really a villain. He's just there to arrogate, to piss off, Maverick, to push him to become the best in the flight school. So honestly, for me, there's no villain. So I gave it a 1. I'm not even going to hold this up because there's nothing to talk about except the planes that were black and red with the Russian symbol. But other than that,
there's other more fun stuff to talk about. So I'm not going to harp on this. It's a 1. Sometimes we do watch these movies where our we have a formula and our formula almost works against us. Sometimes it just happens that way. There really is no villain. At the very end, there's this military thing going on. There's these other pilots and they have no names, no faces. They don't talk. They're not there until the last 20 minutes. And so I cannot give that a high score. Even if they're actually like what you'd consider real life deadly people, in movie wise, they're nothing. So I gave it a 1. Let's not even harp on it. This is not the classic hero versus villain action film. It's just not that. All right. Action.
This has action, but it doesn't have that typical action that we all love with the hand-to-hand or nothing. This is straight aerial action scenes, and I loved it. I liked it. I thought it was really good. You don't get as many of it. You just get the training, which there's really nothing because it's just training. So I'm not going to consider training as action, right? It's just maneuvers in the sky. But man, when they start to get into the live action, I mean, it's pretty much the action sequence is pretty much the ending when they go up against the 5, the five bogeys, if you want to call them that. I liked it. Tony Scott, let me just tell you, this is the first movie I've seen with F-16s as the main, vehicles in the sky. He shot this damn thing, and it was really like I was on the edge of my seat watching this in 4K. And I knew what was going to happen. But the way he shot it, you felt like it. It's like, oh, man, I can't see him, man. And you see the thing, he's like flying by us, and you see everything happening so fast, like you're in the cockpit with Maverick. I liked it. I thought it was really cool. I was engaged with it. Again, the only scenes that we really have is towards the end, but I gave it a 4.5 because I was all up in it at the end of the battle. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, so this is going to be a rare scenario for me, but the fact of the matter is, it's not a ton of action, like traditional action, right? It's not a bunch of there's no like fights, there's no guns, and there's nothing like that. But on a technical level, especially for 1986, there's no CGI. So this is like, there's the one scene at the beginning when Tom Cruise's plane is upside down over the other plane. You could tell it's like composited, but that's fine. That's, the technology of the time. Other than that, it's airplanes going fast and being filmed going fast. There's explosions. They're not CGI explosions. They're actual explosions. And sometimes you just have to respect the craft of the action direction. And Tony Scott took this ball and he knocked it right out of the park, in my opinion. So while it's not like nonstop, bombastic, crazy action, on a technical level, it is incredible, especially for the time. I gave it a 5 because I just think it's too well done. And considering again that it's 36 years old, I can't give it a 4. I can't give it a 3. It's a 5. I think it's, but this is the rare occasion where I'm going to give a movie with this little bit of action a 5 because it's just so good and it looks so cool. There's so many shots in this. There's one early when they're flying and like it's like an overview and there's 2 jets below and then like the water is underneath. Like it just looks amazing. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of respect for the craft. Okay, storyline. I think from here is where we're going to start getting into some interesting conversations. Storyline.
Okay, so storyline. I kind of digged it. The storyline, I liked Maverick's storyline. The overall picture, it's very 80s. I mean, him I didn't care for the falling in love with the chick. I felt like that was I just didn't care for that. I liked the story with Maverick fighting his father's demons. I thought that worked. I love the whole thing with Goose dying. That worked for me in this storyline. So for me, that is where I enjoyed the movie the most. The others, I loved him bickering with Iceman. That is very brotherhood. That's very what's it called? Fraternity.
Bromance.
Like a fraternity, right? Like you just picking on people.
Him and Goose had the bromance.
Yeah, they had the bromance, but it felt more of like a camaraderie. But it was just them, getting to know.
I got what you're saying. Yeah.
So I liked it. I thought that was the core of the movie. I loved the flying. Like it and that's why I can't wait to see the sequel because we know Tom Cruise is really flying an F-16 in this one.
He's learned something. Yeah, he's flying something.
Yeah, he's doing it. So I love it. So with that, I gave it a 4. I gave it a 4. I'm not going full 5. That 5 is like everything. So I gave it a 4. I think this is a great film.
Yeah. So here's where I just got to be honest with my sensibilities. It's a 3 for me. It's a 3. Look, when I break it down, I'm thinking the storyline. Okay, yeah, I gave Tom Cruise a 5 because I like Maverick's arc. Right? This is an hour and 49-minute movie, and I like his arc as a character. I agree. I do not like the love story with him and Kelly McGillis. I think it feels weird and rushed. First of all, they meet at a bar. It's kind of cute. That's cute. He did a good job, whatever. Then she's not interested. Then she's interested. Then she literally is in love with him in like 3 scenes. I'll save that for overall. Anyway, so, I didn't love the love story. I thought I do like him and Goose together, but I just feel like there's certain things that are really underdeveloped with Goose. I wish he got, when he died, it was sad, but it would have been more sad if he had a little bit more story time. You know what I mean? I like Meg Ryan plays his wife. They could have done a little bit more between them. You get a little bit. And he dies like so suddenly. Also, I laughed at that scene because you can only do it a certain way. He gets launched into the lid of the of the airplane.
Well, that does show you though that anything could happen. Like,
I get it. I'm just saying from like
just evil.
watching it with the 80s movie, and it's just like, and it I giggled. Yeah. And also I just think the overall storyline is not that like it's all about a Top Gun is like a school. It's like a competition where you graduate from. I would have liked it better probably if it was like an actual war movie. Like if the last 20 minutes was more like the overall storyline and Maverick, you keep most of the stuff the same, I probably would have scored it higher. But the fact that they're like basically in like a flight college program for a little bit, and then him and Iceman, like, okay, they're a little bit of like Iceman. I don't really consider him an antagonist. He's just really good, and Maverick he wants to beat him pretty much. But right. Iceman's not a bad guy. He's just doing what he does. You know what I mean? Yep. He even says sorry when his friend dies. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of corny stuff in this too, but we'll get into it in overall. Overall, for me, the storyline's a 3. I don't think it's like an incredible story, but it doesn't necessarily take away from the overall film, in my opinion. So we'll get to that in a second because you get to go first with overall.
Okay, overall, I enjoyed this movie a lot. It's a very 80s film. Mm-hmm. And there's certain movies that even if you watch in the 80s, you don't consider it 80s. You know what I mean? You just don't see it in that landscape. This one is 80s. This one you can smell it, you can see it. It's dripping, oozing. Yeah, you could taste it. It's dripping out your TV 80s, bro. And I loved it. I was like, give me the 8. I was just drinking it up. What makes it? I was drinking it, bro.
Cheese, melted cheese.
Yeah, I was just like that. Take it to me. But my thing was that I liked about it was the soundtrack. It has a unique,
very famous soundtrack.
It's a unique soundtrack, right? You got the beginning is like bing, the bells are chiming, and you're like, what the hell? And you hear the Dolby Atmos is kicking in, and there's rumbling, and it's the wind in. He's like.
Yeah. They're like tightening all the little things on the ship.
The guy is tightening nuts and dudes are doing this and
all of a sudden,
and then you see Maverick just pull up.
Danger zone comes on,
and that's it. You're you're in the highway, bro. You're in the highway to the danger zone, and shit is gonna go down when the highway to the danger zone starts. Something's gonna go up, and I loved it. I said, you know what? You got to give me this in a new movie, bro, because if there's no danger zone, I'm giving that movie a flat 1.
If they don't do some version of it or just the regular version, I'll be mad. A little bit. I'll be a little bit mad.
No, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm going to give this shit
a 1.
I'm going to give it a 1. I don't care how great it is. If I don't got no highway to the danger zone or Mighty Wings. The Mighty Wings is another good song. Anyway, and then you got Take My Breath Away, right? Take my breath away. That stupid sex scene, which I didn't need it.
The PG sex scene? I love it.
The PG with the olive.
PG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
So much kissing.
Yeah. Too much, right? But anyway, soundtrack phenomenal. I think all the actors played the role perfect, right? Val Kilmer, Anthony Thomas, or
Anthony Edwards
from Revenge of the Nerds. Then you have my boy, what's his name? Slacker, right? From Back to the Future, the principal. Yeah. So
Tom Skerritt is in this too.
Yeah. So I think everything worked. I gave it a 4. I'm telling you, the soundtrack, the environment, the cinematography of sexy engines going off. Love it.
That's
and not the volleyball scene. I don't like the volleyball scene. Don't get me with the volleyball. Yeah. So what you got? A 2?
That's something that marks against it for me. Rev just said something, and like this has a lot of the 80s cheese, and that works for some people, and it doesn't work for some people. Uh-oh. For me, I'm 50-50 with it. Sometimes I find it funny. Sometimes I'm like, what is this? And this movie has a lot of what is this moments. Like the volleyball scene. Why is it 5 minutes long? Like, why am I watching them play an entire volleyball match with no shirt? And the part that it gets me every time is when Goose's like wing partner guy, he does that flex. He like stands sideways and flexes.
Like,
yeah. Like, what is this, bro? What am I watching right now? Also, everyone's sweaty all the time in this movie. Go to any scene, and at least 2 people in that scene are sweaty.
It's hot.
I guarantee. No, everywhere though. They're indoors, they're outdoors, they're in a plane, they're anything. It's just sweaty. Everyone's sweaty. I live in Florida. It's hotter here than anywhere. I don't sweat every single time I wake up. But anyway, that I didn't like. And then the music. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about
music. Oh my!
Here's what's interesting about it. This is like a movie that only like there's 5, but really this whole movie has like 4 musical cues in it. It's weird. So you have like the opening part that you were talking about, like the main kind of score. Then you have the sad music, which is when after Goose dies, there's a couple scenes with the sad music. Okay. Take My Breath Away plays about 12 times. The music for Take My Breath Away plays like 10 different times. This is the 15-minute version of that song. And then Danger Zone plays multiple times. So it's like, and don't get me wrong, I think it's a great song. I do think it's a great song. I just think it's funny that there's really only like 4 main musical beats throughout the whole thing. But it works. I think it works. I like the soundtrack. I do think it's good. Overall, it's a 4 for me. I think this is one of those movies, and if I'm being completely honest, and it's fine. These exist. We talked about this when we did The Mummy a while back. I find this to be watchable crap. I mean that in the best way possible. But I'm mostly referring to the storyline. I think this is it's a very well-made movie. Don't get me wrong. Like, Tony Scott's direction is great. The cast is really good. But from a story perspective and like a lot of elements of it, it's a really cheesy movie, but it's entertaining. And I like watching it. So I give it a 4. I do enjoy Top Gun. I've seen it a few times. Again, I haven't seen it in a while, but every time I watch it, I have a good time. I like it. I like, like I said, I like watching Tom Cruise. I like Meg Ryan, even though she's barely in it. I like her better than the main girl. Kelly McGillis doesn't really do much for me. I hate the sex scene. I think it's weird. It's a PG movie. So they show nothing except really, really open mouth kissing. Like, they both just open their mouth and touch their open mouth to each other. And it cracks me up every single time. So, yeah, it's good. It's a lot of fun. I gave it an 8. Okay, what's your total?
My total points is 18.5.
Mine's an 18, but it probably would be in the 20s if this had like real villains. You know what I mean? Like, this is a good movie. This is a good 80s action movie. It's got like a love story. If you're a lady, yeah, it's got a bunch of shirtless, sweaty guys. It's got a love story. If you're just a dude, it's got the bromance, the camaraderie, and some jets and some explosions at the end. So it's got a little bit of everything for everyone, in my opinion. 18 out of 25, 18.5 for you. So coming up, next episode, we are going to be wrapping up the Bourne franchise. Of course, our next episode is going to be Jason Bourne, the 5th and final installment in the Bourne franchise. Finally getting to that. And our next and final 80s movie, before we move into the 90s, is going to be a Brian De Palma film, as voted on by you guys, the listeners, over on Instagram. Voted for this. It's a movie called The Untouchables. So we're going to be doing The Untouchables. Great cast: Kevin Costner, Sean Connery, Robert De Niro, Andy Garcia. We'll take it. We'll take a look at it. We'll let you know what we think, but that's going to be our next 2 episodes coming up.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow us on our social media accounts, please follow Nate over on Instagram at Nateflix Reviews. Check out the podcast with him and his friends called Nateflix Movie Reviews. Anything action movie, guys, head over to youtube.com/Geeks and Flicks. Or if you want to take us on the go, search for Action Movie Guys on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, anywhere you listen to your podcasts on. Other than that, I'm your host, Alec Figueroa, and that is
Nate from Nateflix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out. And bam.
And scene.
Y'all
were saying some funny stuff in the chat. I was having to like.
All right. So now, if you guys have questions for us, pour them on. Because I was like, oh, Jonathan McCoy's in the house.
Hey, Jonathan.
There he goes.
How's it going, my friend? I hope everything's well with you.
We got Jonathan McCoy, JoJo Joker. Now we get to interact with you guys. So now we can read your stuff. The Untouchables is amazing. Can't wait for the 4K. Absolutely right. And we're gonna be giving
I wish that was coming out before we reviewed it.
That's true.
We gotta watch the regular 1080p version.
We will be giving a copy away on the channel, digital copy. So that'll be fun that week of. Tribord Gigolo said the first time I'm hearing say.
Oh, watchable crap. He had never heard of the term. The watchable crap came when we reviewed The Mummy 2. The
Oh
Mummy
yeah,
2.
you didn't like the Mummy too. Yeah.
No, I think it was bad. And but you said it's watchable. I said it's something called watchable crap, and you applied it, and we've used it a few times, sprinkled here.
Well, check this out. Rev said this. Rev said Rocky 3, Rocky 4 has the great 80s soundtrack. I think Rocky 4 as the staple of the 80s soundtrack.
Very memorable. I think Flash Gordon. No, not Flash Gordon. What's the other? Highlander. Didn't Queen do a lot of Highlander? I think that one's very 80s.
They did Flash Gordon though.
Yeah, but I think Highlander is. I think the Highlander music better than the Flash Gordon music is what I mean. Personally. But Rocky 4, memorable. Yep, very memorable.
Rev also said, look, all the mummies are butt crack.
Okay.
I don't know what the butt crack means, but okay.
I know some people like butt cracks. I don't know, Rev. Listen, Mummy 1 I like. It doesn't matter. You hate it. That's okay. That's okay. But it's butt crack.
Oh, this is what Harrison said. I thought this was actually pretty cool. Harrison said, which I can read it now. He says, The Untouchable is a great concept, great story, great cast, but the music does not fit at all. Very interesting. I don't remember the score. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out now. Now that Harrison put that bubble and popped it for me.
Now we're gonna minus 1 point because we're gonna be like, you know what? Harrison was right, and this music sucks. And this movie is good, and this music sucks. Or maybe the music's good, but it doesn't fit the tone of the movie.
Pretty much. All right, here we go. JoJo Joker said, "Sweaty butt cracks." Oh man, that's funny. All right, here goes another one. The 4K Lowdown said, my first review with you guys. This was fun. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to join any of our lives, if you want to do a if you want to, he just sent me a thing on our Instagram. Did you see his stuff? His collection? We gotta have 4K Lowdown up in this piece.
4K Lowdown. What the Hall? Maybe we'll get him
on
a
That's the segment we're gonna have you in. What the Hall, and we'll talk and show some stacks and everything.
I don't know if he follows me on Instagram. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I have. I don't want to.
Netflix reviews. Look, 4K Lowdown. Send me a request. I'll follow you back.
It's right on top. Doop, doop. Shows it right there.
Oh, there it is, right up there.
Yeah. Tony Movie Chappie says, look, I really like the first two Mummy. I even didn't mind the Scorpion King. Ooh. But the two
into a mummy cat.
Yeah, and it turned into the Tomb of the Dragon Empire was terrible. Again, if you guys want to check it out, we reviewed all of those. The videos will be coming out soon. Again, this Monday, hopefully, if I get everything working right, our geeksandflix.com should be available, and you're gonna have all our videos and podcasts all in one hub, so you guys can check it out in any format you guys like. Another thing also, Tony Movie Chappie said, hey, which one do you guys think is the worst, Catwoman or Josh Lee? Catwoman.
This is easy. Catwoman is the worst. Yeah, Catwoman's worse than most movies you're gonna name. It's really so terrible. Yeah, it was bad. There's nothing good about it. Zero. Yeah, especially the basketball scene. At least Justice League doesn't have a basketball scene in it.
Or do they? We never knew.
It's deleted.
It's a deleted
Flash
scene.
Plays basketball against Superman's corpse.
Superman's corpse. You're an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, no, man. Listen. So, since you guys are here, we got a couple minutes before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
If you guys have questions, keep throwing them up. This, like I said, this became a very mummy-centric, watchable crap.
Scorpion King movies took off. I turned around and there's like 5 movies, 5 different actors. They aren't doing much anymore.
Yeah, like Randy Couture is in one of them. And thank you, 4K Lowdown. I did get it. I will follow you right back. Rev, I'd rather watch Catwoman than the Mummy. I'm dead serious. You do that. You keep watching Catwoman.
What?
And we'll keep not watching Catwoman. He'd rather watch Catwoman over the Mummy.
Oh my God! Oh Lord!
Hey, different strokes for different folks. Maybe he likes that basketball scene. I don't know. Rev, would you watch it over the? I will watch Catwoman over the Green Knight, though.
I never seen Green Knight. I can't help
Green Knight, unless I want to take a nap.
Tony Movie
so
Chappie.
As far as
look what he wrote.
Hey, Tony Movie Chappie. So let's just do this, Tony. I have some very good news for you. We see that you love Total Recall, the remake, I think. I think you really enjoy it from what I remember. That is already on the list of next potential episodes for Redo, Redon't. And I want you to let you know, Tony, I just want to tell you, it's because of you. Me and Alex literally said, Tony brings this movie up. Let's add it to the list. So just for you, we are going to have 1 sci-fi, 1 action, 1 horror, 1 comedy, and 1 drama. And you guys will vote which one we do. And the sci-fi movie will be, for the first set of voting, Total Recall. So Tony, just for you, we already have it. Don't worry, it's on there. Now you will vote for it, I'm sure. If everyone else votes for it, we'll do that one first.
4K Lowdown says you can just stop the sentence at Catwoman. Pretty
true.
much.
So the what I was gonna say was for the we mentioned the This or That show. Let's just the first guest. We already told her for our rom-coms. She hasn't been on a live show with us in a
while,
a long time. Stephanie from I'll Buy the Popcorn. She'll be our third wheel for the rom-com one, and the rest of you, Triborough, especially you, for the wrestling one. We definitely had you in mind. Triborough likes wrestling. We know some wrestling, especially old school. So we're gonna be reaching out via DM. So you guys make sure you keep track of your instant messages on there, and of course What the Hall. But I had a great time. This was fun. I mean, it felt like we did the podcast like normal. Only thing was the chat made me want to laugh a few times, and I had to stay focused. But other than that, I had a great time. What about you?
No, this was good. I mean, this is fun. We normally don't do movie reviews live. This is the first time. Maybe it could be something that spawns in maybe other categories throughout here. Maybe the top 5 rankings. Maybe review some movies in there. Give you top 5 movies and then rank them.
Yeah, because I think some of the categories people pick will probably be movie related.
Yeah, if it's movie related, we could just give a quick review and then see what you guys think on that bracket. But I pretty much I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I always like bringing in the audience live. And now that we have this new
it's pretty cool.
Here,
I like it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I know StreamYard had it.
Stop using right now on my screen. I have YouTube over on the left and then us on the right. I could probably stop using YouTube if you're going to put the chats up on the screen.
Well, I am now. I mean, this is a feature that I enjoy. I mean, this is a feature that we always wanted on StreamYard has never had access to it, and I was never going to pay $20 so I could bring it into this program that I use. But now we got it. And it's over.
We got it, baby.
Yeah, so this is actually going to be pretty fun going throughout. And you guys, your comments is now going to be shown live, and just don't say nasty things.
4K Lowdown says, I used to be a pro wrestler.
No
Where?
way. Yeah?
What was your wrestling name? We'll Google you.
We'll Google you.
I was saying, I told you guys in the chat, I don't know if you guys used to watch old WCW, but the wrestler named Glacier from the 90s, he looked like Sub-Zero. He would come out at all. He lives in my neighborhood, and he frequents the bar that's under my apartment. So I was walking by for this wine walk thing, and there's a lot of wrestlers in Orlando, and I look in the window, and he was there. He's big now. I mean, he's not as, he's a little bit bigger, heavier, but he's just chatting with everybody. He's like the mayor of where I live at the little local watering hole. So Glacier was down there. I wanted to get a picture, but I was outside, so I didn't want to stand at the window with my phone up like this, like a weirdo. So I didn't get to. But Glacier was there. So if you guys know Glacier, I've seen him at least 10 times.
Well, I want to see your take on this. Tony Movie Chappie says, last question, thoughts on the whole Ezra Miller situation. What do you think of it?
He's an idiot.
I
never liked it. I always thought he was.
Today.
Yeah, I thought he was always kind of dumb and weird. So, is he a good actor? Yeah, I think he's a good actor. I've seen him in movies that I liked him in, but I don't care about celebrities and their problems.
So today he threw another chair at another woman, and then now everyone wants everyone wants to take him out of the new movie, but I'm like, they already finished filming. It's like, what? I mean, it's out of
filming and maybe they'll move on and just recast it and move on. No, it'll come out, but maybe the next one won't be a sequel. It'll just be the only one. They want to do a rehaul of the of the DC properties anyway. So,
all right. Well, the 4K Lowdown said, I never amount to much, but I trained with John Cena. So
sweet. That's more than you amounted to, more than me in the wrestling world. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I've seen John Cena.
Jay Manley said, what if Top Gun Maverick turns out to be a remake of Top Gun, like Star Wars The Force Awakens or Star Wars A New Hope? No, I don't think so. I think this is an actual sequel, because I think Goose's son is in this movie.
Goose's kid hates him because he killed his dad by launching him into the lid of the airport.
He did it himself.
I know, but you know what I mean.
In the movie, he's gonna be
true. You were flying the plane, and you let him die.
It's your fault, memory.
Even though it was a total accident, and he launched himself into the lid, you did it. Which I do have a question. This movie is 36. and Goose's kid is in the movie, and he's like 3. So is Miles Teller 39? Because he doesn't look 39 in that trailer. Or maybe Top Gun Maverick is not current. Maybe it's set like 10 years ago or something.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I could call up the screenwriter.
He should be older than me.
Yeah.
Call him up.
Let's see what he says. Tony Mujabi says, look, what do you guys think Warner Brothers should do with the Flash movie? I say shelve it. I don't care for it. At this point, I don't know. It's just gets so much negative light
Release
right
everything they got. Let it be out and then fix it. Move on.
No, I don't. I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, when it comes to shelving movies or actors being stupid, that's their problem, not mine. It is what it is. Let me see what else. Tribor Gigolo says Ezra doesn't show enough character or personality to be Barry Allen like Grant Gustin. Well, as a TV show, he has more time to develop the characters.
Yeah, he also has got to play him for 60 hours versus
9 years, right? This is the 9th season, so he's
how many episodes there are, and they're an hour each. So he's played him for 80 hours, where Ezra Miller's gotten about 5.
All right, so here we go. Joe Joker said, I ran into Luke Gallows walking down the street at Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
My buddy took a picture with him, and that's all I got. You know, it's funny, when I went to Star Wars convention 2019, you know who I had a little chat with? CM Punk.
Oh, it's wrestling. You're sticking with wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, this is, say, hey, Mr. Punk. Yeah, Mr. Punk. And he turned around. Yeah, I was like,
love you.
I was like, hey, how you doing, man? He turned around, and he was like, hey, guy. And I was like, hey, can I take a photo? He said, what's the magic word? And I was like, now. And he laughed. And then he was like, I said, please. And he was like, all right. We took a photo. And then I was like, all right. Big gulps.
That was it.
That was pretty much, yeah. I hit the Dumb and Dumber. I was like, big gulps. And I just left. But Oscar Isaac, I was like 2 inches away from Oscar Isaac from the stage because I'm like 6'2.5". So the stage was like right there. That cast on the Mandalorian was like right in front of me. So that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, that's the only highlight, to be really honest with you. Nothing crazy.
All right. Well, let's end it. We've been an hour. We had a lot of recording yesterday. You boys tired. Let's thank everybody for coming. Thank you guys for coming to. This was fun. It was fun doing a second live this week. Thanks. If you guys aren't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, if you enjoyed it, go back and watch some of our other stuff. See if you enjoy that. You guys got the schedule. If there's anything coming up that you're most interested in, let us know. Send us a message. And once we roll out these shows and you see how they work, if you ever want to be part of it, please reach out and let us know, hey, this is something that intrigues me or something I'd be interested in, if we don't message you first. So just thank you. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. I thought we were going to have like 5 people here tonight. So
I thought so too. To be honest with you, I didn't know we were going to have this big of a turnout for Top Gun or sitting down doing a Top Gun review. But you guys were actually really good. You guys gave us your feedback on the film. You actually scored with us, which was pretty cool. Again, thank you to everyone that joined us tonight from 4K Lowdown, and thank you for joining us here. I'm going to try to get through Jojo Joker. I call him Jojo Joker. Yo, Joker. Thank you so much, Tony Movie Chappie, Tribor Gigolo, Kevin Simmons, even Orc You for coming down. Those guys.
JB, Jonathan McCoy.
Yeah, Jonathan McCoy was in the house.
They were here. Yeah.
So a lot of people joined in. I mean, look, thank you so much for joining in today. Again, every what's it called? Every Monday, 9 p.m., we're going to give you guys as much content as possible live. Again, you guys saw the schedule. I'm going to be putting up the schedule for May. Once me and Nate lock down the actual themes for each of the shows, you guys would get it. If you guys want to be participating in any of those type of shows, let us know, whether it's in the comments or you could DM me or Nate on Instagram, whether it's on Geeks and Flicks or Nate Flicks Reviews. Let us know what show you want to be on. We're okay with it. The ones that we're going to add content creators are going to be What the Hall and this or that. Every other show, it's going to be you guys, the entire community, talking with us and having fun. So other than that, that's pretty much it. It was a great show tonight. It was fun. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Everything coming out this week. It's going to be another episode of the Action Movie Guys coming out. It's going to be the review. I don't remember. It's 73 coming out. Which I know it's Blue Thunder. at Kick-Ass. Jonathan McCoy's Kick-Ass is coming out this week.
Okay.
So that was actually a fun episode that we reviewed. That video is coming out. And again, on Monday, hopefully, fingers crossed, our new website will be launched and you guys can check it out. You guys can go straight from there for the Patreon, merch, all the podcast episodes from 1 to 150 are all going to be laid out there, all the audio, and then the videos are catching up to the audio. So once that happens, you guys will be good for the week. But I think other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for everyone giving us your time on a Tuesday where we normally don't do this. We actually do this behind the scenes with the Patreons. So this is
if you ever do feel like supporting us, and obviously we don't come on here and constantly ask for it, but we do have a Patreon. All the Patreon money, just so you guys, if you guys are new, it goes to pay to host the podcasts, to pay for the stream, and also we buy prizes to give away. So it all just goes back to you anyway. But if you are part of the Patreon and you want to do this, Tuesday nights when we normally record, the Patreons do come in and do the same thing you guys did tonight, just with them. So Jay and Robert have been there almost every week. I know Rev mentioned he was going to come to the next one. Stephanie's been there a few times. So it's one of the perks you get, and you could come and chat with us behind the scenes in between when we're reviewing. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining in tonight. It was fun. I can't wait to start next Monday. We'll be back Monday night with the first episode, right? No, next week
it's top five. Top five.
It's May 2nd.
Yeah, isn't it top 5 car chases? Oh, no, that's May.
Yeah,
Man, I don't know.
Next week is Night Stein's Films. That's where you go up against Nate and win some cool prizes.
Is it?
Next week.
I don't know.
I think next week is.
I have the schedule. I have the schedule.
What is it?
We are doing, our first ever What the Haul is next week. So this will be no guest on the first one. It'll just be me and Alex.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna half the show will be What the Haul, and then the other half will be a contest of win Nate Stein's movies. If you haven't been here for that, we haven't done it in a while. You'll go in a trivia challenge against me. We stole the title from Win Ben Stein's Money. I'm Nate Stein, and if you beat me, you win some free movies, and if I win, you don't. You win nothing. But you got to be on and have a fun time. So next week, What the Haul debut and win Nate Stein's movies.
What is it? So people, if they want to put photos and stuff,
let's do. You guys in the chat, real quick before we go, put in the chat, what do you want us to show from our collection as a category? Put a few, and me and Alex will pick one that we like. So the show, again, we're going to show off movies from our collection, a few. There's no set number. We'll say between 5 and 8 or something like that. In a category, what category would you guys like to see? And thank you, Kal-El. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Give us some categories. Come on, throw them out. Throw them out in the chat. Let's see, because if you don't, we're going to pick something weird. Nothing. They all just went to sleep. They all left. Everybody left. Okay,
everyone broke out.
We were all done.
Put it. You know what? Just put it up on the Instagram.
Okay, we'll put it on Instagram. We'll think of a fun category. We'll do What the Haul. We'll try it out. We'll see if you guys like it. And then after that, future episodes, we'll invite people to come on with us. So that's it.
Yeah. All right. Other than that, thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. If you're catching on the replay, you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like buttons, hit those notification bells. So every time we go live on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern or Action Movie Guy reviews drop throughout the week, you guys will be notified. Till then, I'm your host, Alex Figueroa, and that is
Nate from Netflix Reviews.
Be awesome to each other and geek out.